Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How you doing? Now, I've been gone for a minute now, back with Jump Out. This is going to be my episode analysis of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not going to be before you long because even though this episode was real good and there's a lot of moving parts to it, I just want to mostly focus in on Shamia and Porsha. Sorry. I mean, a lot of content creators have already put out content detailing the whole episode. And, I don't do that. I analyze the people. So the episode opens up and we're still in Scotland. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do some games. They did tug of war. They threw some hammers and they threw some logs. Porsha won some games. It was Team Sturdy and Team Mighty, I think, and they was dragging Lil Kelly all across the ground. Interesting. So they also go to a place where they have haggis. And what we find out about haggis is meat with lamb brains and lamb intestines. So, as you know, I'm from the South, good old Mississippi, and most of them from the South, good old Atlanta. And a delicacy is chitlin. So, I mean, if you can eat pig, you can eat lamb shit, I guess. So, Porsha ate hers, and she's gagging a little bit, and then Angela was like, I'm surprised she has a gag reflex. Oh. Shamia's tired. Shamia done went to her room. She's crying again because she noticed that Kelly and Porsha have come to a resolution. Now, here's where the analysis and stuff comes in because we about to get deep into it. Y'all ready? So, what the hell? Shamia's like, oh, Lord, have mercy. I can't deal. She done made up with Kelly. And not me. Why, Jesus? Why? Lord have mercy. Oh, I can't. Fuck Porsha. I can't stand no bitch. Not one. I don't care. Now, like I said, I had my best friend for 43 years. But our senior in high school, she had she got to where she would hang with her, what she called her other friends more than me. Because we had this deal, right? Well, we're going to be the Oprah to the Gail, right? I was Oprah, she was Gail. And she would oftentimes let her, Maria Shrivers, because you remember that's also one of Oprah's good friends. She would often let her Maria Shrivers get involved in our friendship because they wanted to replace me. See, I'm not replaceable. And I let her go out and do whatever she had to do because I knew that whatever happened between them, it was always going to be a Diva D and a cookie. Okay. So that was that on that. So I wasn't like that. So that's a part of Shamia's problem. Shamia has other friends. She has her Candies and her Rashidas and all those, the clique as they call them, the Atlanta clique. And it's just absolutely no reason for her to be crying over this wide mouth ass girl. It ain't that serious. So moving right along. So they go to a shop and they find different sashes and stuff like that and what they all mean and what the different players mean. So from now on, Porsha's not wearing Burberry. So how dare you get on this show and throw out a brand that makes plaid in America and act as if they don't, I guess, respect what they did in Scotland with the plaids, because they represent different things. I have never seen Burberry look anything but that brown, red, and black colors. I've never seen them, deviate from those colors. If they have, they don't do it often. All I see is the same old shit. So, I mean, if you want to start wearing the colors of that, go on ahead, girl. Go on with yourself. So they get on the bus, and they talking about pelvic floors. Do I know about pelvic floors having children in my 40s? But Lord knows I ain't never heard of taking some D to get it back up and to fix it, and taking a finger at therapy to get it back up. I have never. All my doctor says is what they did going forward is doing the kegels. That's all I've ever heard. You can fix it doing kegels. I squirt a little pee here and there every now and then. And when I sneeze, I don't have peeless sneezes anymore. So that's why I try to hold my sneeze and hold my pee, because baby, it's gonna come. And trust me, like I said, I had my kids in my 40s and I had them back. All those things play a part in the destruction. I said destruction of your pelvic floor. Maybe Dr. Jackie should talk about that. I've never heard her say anything about how you can relieve that problem. But like I said, I've never heard taking D and having a physical therapist finger you to get that thing back up. Because as far as Drew goes, Drew is the main person that's having this issue. As far as Drew goes, my mother always told us that also, you could wear a girdle. I mean, all these things can come into play, but, I don't know. I just, that's Phaedra's old nasty stuff. Always coming up with the nasty ways to do things. So, move right along. I want to get to the demo. So finally we go to the big demo or whatever. So everybody's at the table. And of course, who's going to start the conversation? Nobody but messy ass Angela, y'all. But, a lot of people hate Angela now. Well, Angela's been lying lately. She lied on the last episode. But Angela, from what I see so far, Angela is a scene starter. So you can't really hate her for that. She got the thing popping. The only thing she asked was, Drew, how's your music going? Oh, prior to that, I wanted to talk about the conversation. I know I was ready to get to that demo. I want to talk about the conversation between Pinky and the other girls about her crying, about her hiring people to put them in place to so she won't have to micromanage. Don't you love a manager don't have to micromanage? But here y'all are all up in her face all the time. Yeah, she needs other people. She needs people that she don't have to look over their shoulder. That's the kind of business that Pinky wants to run at this point, since how she on vacation. Leave that crying lady alone. And they talking about it's just money. Well, Pinky does wrap herself and immerse herself up into money a lot, which is very odd because she's been a producer before, so I'm pretty sure she made a decent living. So I don't understand why she operates from a place of lack like that. It's kind of confusing, especially when she got a rich ass husband, according to her, right? So K. Michelle and Pinky had this conversation. This kind of is integral into what's going on at the dinner as well. When now K. Michelle is perceiving Shamia as a monster. But Pinky sees it from a different perspective, and she says, well, when everybody seems like they're coming at you, then you're going to have feelings of disappointment in these relationships. But K. Michelle hit the nail on the head, though. Her only problem, though, is she can get into it with all the rest of us. But her main issue, she wants to be friends with Porsha. Porsha is paying this woman dust. So she's getting into it with all the people surrounding Porsha except Porsha. It's like, arguing with me? Why you telling me telling people in front of me that Kelly is the only friend you got? So you alienating the rest of us who's been nice to you. MK, outside of confessions, when they're in the group, she has been ride or die for Shamia. However, I think, by going over the episode, she sees that she's on the wrong team. Now, when Porsha said she was on the wrong team, I believe they were finished filming. So I don't know what changed K. Michelle during filming. But at some point, she got to the point where she was like, I got to go along with the rest of the crowd. I'm getting in good with Phaedra. But anyway, back to the dinner. So they at the dinner, and remember, I already told you, they asked the question. How's your music going? I'm making a song with Ray J. K. Michelle got to throw her damn shade in a confessional about her making a song with Ray J. Y'all, I have heard Ray J sing in person. I've told this story before. I'm from the SIP. So, Brandy, back in the 90s Brandy. Now, I know she was home recently. But 90s Brandy used to come home regularly. She used to be on the radio. She used to go to church. She used to do a whole lot of things in the SIP. I mean, life is happening. I'm pretty sure she can't come as much as she once did, because I think her grandma passed, so I guess it was more important for her to come a lot more back then, because she was coming to see her grandma. But back then she used to come quite a bit. So during one of those visits, I saw her in person. Was able to have a little tete-a-tete with her. How fans do. You get your autograph and you speak to them just for a few minutes. And like I said, who can sing, and I said it was always Willie Ray. Brandon and all of them did Silent Night. Ray J at that time was not a bad singer. Now, 2026 Ray J, I don't know. Drew, I felt a little uneasy about you saying, though, not to do the shade that K. Michelle was doing, but I feel kind of uneasy about you doing music with Ray J in his current state. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, there's neither here nor there, girl. Do your thing, because Drew, I think you are a talented person. I don't care what K. Michelle says. Fuck K. Michelle. As far as that goes. Because, I mean, you can be, I know your ass can't dance, but you can be a triple threat. I mean, you're a reality star. You can do, you have the acting, you have the music. So she talks about how her and Dennis plans on going on a trip, and they had a little conversation about Porsha. And this is where things start getting real juicy. I think he wants you back. Well, I don't want him. And Dennis says that, he don't want, that you don't want me. And she's like, well, Porsha finds her happiness in a soft place with Dennis. During her triangulation with Pheromone over there in Sam Guabadi, she still had Dennis in the picture. Even though she tried to hit his mom with a boom mic and some plates, she still had him in the picture. If Dennis didn't give her that attention that she said she don't want, I think she would go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Because she needs that. She likes that little cat and mouse game they play, I think. And they was like, well, do you think he feels differently because she would have oops. Well, Sway is dutish. Because you with a woman versus, because you cool. He was cool with Mike. Yeah, but she won't put Porsha. Porsha says that she won't put Pilar in any type of situation where her baby was made to feel uncomfortable or made to feel like she was second. So Dennis don't have that to worry about, and he can go on and do his work, quote unquote. So here comes Shamia. Speaking of work and speaking of children, here is where her jealousy comes into play, because she sees Porsha is interacting. I can't use any other word but jealousy. She sees Porsha interacting with all these other people, and she ain't paying me dust. So I need my attention right now. I heard Dennis Dennis told Gerald, Issa, shout out to Rocks, that you don't want me around your baby. What that look like? Having you around my baby and you trying to poison me? No. The only person that I can get into it with the way me and you have gotten into it with and have around my baby is Lauren. Well, weren't we like sisters at some point? Says Shamil. Now here's the analysis part. Let me throw my social worker psychology hat on. My social worker hat says we want peace. And as far as my baby going, because I'm in a similar situation with my children's father's side of the family. He's deceased, so I have to be cautious about letting them go with them. But I say, but their blood, their family. So I am conflicted in those areas. So they don't ask to see my kids like that anyway. They don't have to ask to come and get them anyway. So that makes it somewhat easier. But I often think of, how would I feel if they once ever did. They don't know them. I mean, they have four siblings by him, and they don't know them. So I can understand the conflict there because, I've gotten into it with them before. And you feel some kind of way. You feel some kind of way in your spirit. Like, I'm into with these people. Can I have my baby around these people? However, here's the caveat. If Dennis didn't have a friendship outside of Porsha, then I would definitely be on Porsha's side as a mother. However, Porsha, you can't dictate where Pilar goes when she's with Dennis. And that's how I'm going to fix that issue. If she's with Dennis and Dennis want to do a play date and he's hanging out with Gerald, then she should be able to go with her daddy and hang out with Mr. Issa and Miss Shamil. And you know damn well, in and of itself, because I can't speak on that, with my children's father's side of the family, their father's side of the family. I can't speak on harming. But she would come back unharmed, hanging out with little baby Shamil and little baby Issa. So then she goes on to say, well, you brought up about how last year at the reunion that you didn't really want me on the show. That you really did want me on the show when I felt like you really didn't, because you had me saying, this is my thing. Let me shine. Let me have my shine. You got the husband. You got the hogs. You got everything that you could ever want. And here I am. And I just got this little old bitty show. And you want that too. Ooh, Porsha. Porsha, and your mouth and your teeth and your head and your strange built shaped eyes that you had some work done on. I can understand how you would feel when you feel like your best friend is impeding on your success and trying to ride your coattails. So, Team Porsha on that area. But where I side with Shamil is that what you have done in the group is fix things to where you the head, you the HBIC. So all the other girls have to fall in line with you and can't be friends with Porsha. You haven't said, can't be friends with Shamil. You hadn't said it, but your actions damn sure show it. You don't have to say a word. But at the same time, what I don't get about people and putting Drew in this, why should Drew have to be cool with Shamil? Shamil has done nothing but give Drew her ass to kiss. Again, at least Porsha apologized. And I don't care about that little sorry weak ass YouTube apology. Shamil just wanted attention. So, moving right along, Shamil said, speaking of those conversations, you said that my mom did something egregious to your mom. Now, all the while, as I tweeted, I've always known that it had some shit to do with a man. So it was anticlimactic for me when she said, your mom tried to sleep with my dad. Now, this was Diane. Are you surprised that Dixie tried to sleep with that man? I was like, shocking. But when Porsha sitting on Reddit on her fake ass all the time, sitting on Reddit, came back with your mother slept with her brother-in-law. Now that right there hit different. And then Shamil was like, that's a lie, but which one? And so Frederick gets in confessional and says, I wouldn't have asked which one. When your daddy, when you say that, somebody done slept with your uncle, your mama done slept with uncle, you don't say which one. You just make sure you know that's not true. She's saying which one to see if Porsha was telling the truth. If you telling the truth, and your mama, Dixie Diane, told you that Shamil's mom had been sleeping with her brother-in-law, surely you do know which one. So that's not an outside of the box question for me. Hell, I would have asked too. Was Uncle Jimmy? Oh, Uncle Jimmy try anybody. You gotta know your uncle's personalities. So I would have been asking which one too. So Porsha says, Shamir gets up and leaves. Kelly follows her. The girls are asking, is this beyond repair? Because K. Michelle's like, oh, Shamir, no, Shamir, Jesus, no. No, they going back and forth. Let it out. It's time. That's my opinion on that. And then they like, can you fix it? Because earlier, Cynthia has said a lot of this shit Shamir has brought on herself. I wouldn't say all of it. I wouldn't say necessarily a majority of it. Porsha brought it on her because she was busy defending who she called her friend. And her friend never, and this is where I get on Porsha. And this is why I ain't on nobody's side. Porsha has never had Shamil back the way Shamil had her back. And that made Shamil look like a weak, bitch-ass fool. And the audience noticed it. The viewing audience noticed it. Because I don't like seeing women running behind other women. Some bitch to give me her ass to kiss. Like I was saying about my best friend when she used to hang out with her other friend. I just moved on to other friends too. I ended up making close friends with a lot of different girls. Where she had those two little hanger-on chicks trying to replace me. Okay. So, I'm a Scorpio. I don't run behind nobody. That's a motto of mine. And plus, my mama raised me right. If somebody don't want to be your friend, find other friends or be your own friend, because can't nobody be a better friend than you to yourself. And that's what a lot of people need to understand. You your own best friend if you can't find one outside of yourself. Anyway, my mama was wise. Oh, my mama was wise. Oh, I miss that lady. But anyway. So Porsha said, did you hear what she said about my motherfucking mother, a.k.a. Dixie Diane? No, we can't fix this shit. No, ma'am. I'm completely agreeable on that. The episode ends right there with Shamir in the car crying. Oh, I'm sick of her. I'm tired of her. She doing this because she want everything I got. Well, the audience put that in your head, girl. Maybe, maybe not. Because Porsha gets the attention that she wants. And Porsha for whatever reason, is the star of the show. So, I know you prop yourself up to be the star of the show because, could be the star of the show because you have all the things that people think a housewife should have. But Porsha, just what it is, seeing through this show. You're corny, Shamia. You're not funny. And the thing about Porsha, that bitch is charming. She knows how to work a room. She knows how to be a reality star. And with her big ass mouth, she knows how to apologize to get people to like her. To the point where she knows how to, I guess I wouldn't just say apologize. I'm looking for the word that she's contrite. She knows how to be contrite at moments where, like with her and Kelly, I give an example instead of trying to give a definition. With her and Kelly, when Kelly came to her and said, I don't want to fight no more. Me either. I don't even know we'll fight. See, Porsha knows how to work that. And that comes from years of being a reality star. You remember her and Nene got into it? She said, I don't know what I'll do without you. And turned around and got on that Netflix show and said that she can't work with Nene. I bet you any amount of money. If Nene came back to this show and just made a simple guest appearance, Porsha would know how to go to her and make up with her to the point where Nene would feel like she wouldn't have any choice but to say, oh, you got me out of that show. You thought you couldn't work with me on the show? Well, I'm so sorry. And then she'll cry and throw herself into Nene's arms, and then Nene will be mush. And we'll forgive her. Just like Candy has. Do you see that shit? This is another prime example. Phaedra and Porsha was involved in the Candy debacle. The lies. And who has she made up with? Porsha. And with that, I will close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is caring. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. And shout out to the Nolan Wells family. Mississippi is with you. And I just want to say, also condolences to the family. I will have more content on that, but I'm not getting little bits and pieces because I'm right here in the thick of things in Mississippi. So I'm getting real news reports from the stations here in Mississippi. But I want to have more of a compilation of things I want to discuss, and then I want to get closer to somebody being arrested, child, before I say anything else about that. But anyway, come on in and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as I do when I close, I am going to chunk them up. Deuces.